What's going on, guys? Today I am here at Standard & Strange, one of my favorite stores in New York City, and online. Literally, they have everything from heritage menswear to luxurious high fashion streetwears. And today I had the pleasure of sitting down with Kyle Foxworth, the esteemed Kyle Foxworth, who is the buyer for Standard & Strange NYC and one of the three of the buying team for Standard & Strange. A lot of what you see on the website is because of him, and he is someone that I hold to a very high regard, not just from the fashion perspective, but from the industry perspective.
Hey, my name's Kyle. I'm the general manager, buyer, merchandiser here at Standard & Strange NYC. We've been here on Mulberry Street for going on 4 years now, so sort of an institution as far as New York City retail goes. Yeah, happy to be here, happy to discuss the topic today.
Yeah, and today we wanted to talk about something that I feel like is not talked about enough, and I felt like Kyle and Standard & Strange NYC was the best place to do it, especially considering their wide variety of offerings that they have. And what I love about them is that they don't just focus on buying things from Japan and selling the Japanese look, but the most important thing to Standard & Strange, and if I may say, then one of the most important things to Kyle, is he wants to purchase things and sell things that are the best no matter where they come from. Quality is everything, and origin, while it is something that people talk about a lot in the fashion industry, not a lot of people really understand the real industry perspective. So if I may, introducing today's topic, we want to talk about what does made in China really mean, right?
Yes. What does made in China? What does made in China mean?
So I feel like a lot of people have the connotation that made in China is like, people feel like once they see that label, they automatically devalue the garment. And like at my job, in my industry, I used to make in China a lot, and people would say, why do you make in China? Why are you charging so much for this garment? And they don't really understand just how deep the origin kind of goes. And it's not just about where it's made, but to me, it's about who makes it. How is it made? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, a lot goes into that sort of conversation, not just of like origin, but design, philosophy, fabrication, manufacturing. There's so much goes into like creating a garment.
Right.
So it's kind of like a sort of, I feel like the idea of made in China is a sort of catch-all to like devalue something without actually really getting into like the deep roots of how something is made and why something is made.
Right.
Clothing is very intentional from a consumer perspective, but also from a production standpoint.
Well, it should be.
It should.
It should be. It should be.
Even, but it is. It's still, even when it's,
Yeah.
It's like if you are intending to make something terribly, it's like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, you can set out to make something cheaply to make money, or you could set out to make something well that your margins may be smaller. There is intention in production, no matter what, whether it's good or bad. And there is intention in consumption.
Why I trust him. No, dude, because seriously, like this is like the stuff that we don't really think about, you know, and you have so much experience that I don't have on that side. It gives me a completely different perspective. So that's really, I appreciate that so much.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's why we're having this conversation.
So the other thing too, like about China that a lot of people don't know is that they purchase a majority of the fabric in the world. From what I understand, you correct me if I'm wrong, but like from the design perspective, like in my industry, right? We use a lot of Italian and European fabrics. I mean, everything from Loro Pianas to Vitali Barbera's Canonicos to Zegna's even. And the thing about China is that they have these jobbers, right? And these jobbers will purchase the fabric, right?
Yeah.
And they'll stock them in China, and then they'll resell them at a higher margin. So this way, you know, you can't, so I can't directly go to Vitali Barbera's and get everything that I need. So I has to go through a middleman in China to get it. So most of the fabric is there. So a lot of times I find that there are facilities or brands that will use factories in China because of the accessibility to all of the ingredients, all of the fabrics. So that just, you know, the whole thing that I'm trying to get to is that even though something is made in China, the fabric can come from somewhere, the ingredients can come from somewhere else, the designer is wherever he's gonna be. And it's so much more nuanced than a garment being stitched in China.
I mean, yeah, and to your point, like creating an article of clothing is a massive undertaking.
Yeah.
And people don't understand that. And to like streamline that process as much as possible is like a very normal and real thing, just from like a time process and then also a money process. So yeah, to your point.
100%. And the thing too is that just because a garment is like relatively quote unquote cheap, price is very relative to the perspective of the buyer, right?
Yes.
But people will see a made in China garment and they'll have comments of, you know, I hate to use this term, but you know, slave labor, quote unquote, and stuff like that. But what a lot of people don't understand, and I had this experience when I went to Japan and I saw TCB making selvage denim, literally like in-house and running their own factory, got it all on camera. Stay tuned for that video coming soon. The thing is, the cost of living in Japan is a lot less, especially in that area of Okayama. Maybe not in Tokyo, but in Okayama specifically, the cost of living is so much less. Food is so much less everywhere, even in Tokyo.
Yeah.
So what they make, so the fact of the matter is what they make is scaled usually to what the cost of living is in that particular area. Do you find that in all of your travels and like every facility that you visited and so forth?
Sure, yeah, I would agree. Yeah, I would have to agree. Yeah.
And people ignore that.
Yeah.
You know, people completely ignore that. And it's interesting to note too that when you look at what factory workers make in proportion to their cost of living in their origins, and you look at factory workers in America and the cost of living to our proportions, they actually make a lot less in America than they would than Chinese workers do.
Yeah.
You know, that's just a fact.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I think a lot of that too is like connected to the idea of like just like the open market and free will, and you know, people associate like labor because it's like not like an open practice, right? Like slave labor is in practice in the States.
Yeah.
So people associate labor in the States with like being fair, but we all know that that's sort of not true at all.
Yeah. In fact, like I think you said this to me once. Literally, like prison labor earns less than a Chinese factory worker does.
That sounds like something I would say.
Yeah, right.
That is probably I would say that. Yeah, I mean, I think,
And that's the truth. But that's just the truth.
Yeah.
And the fact of the matter too is, you know, when it comes to made in America, right? Made in America clothing, and you let me know if you agree with this or not, but just because something is stamped with the Made in America label does not mean that it's good automatically.
yeah, I mean, again, to like go to like back to the concept that like there's so much involved in the production of making clothing, like
Yeah.
fundamentally, objectively or subjectively, nothing like that label of where something's made, the origin of something, doesn't make it one thing or the other.
Exactly.
And yeah, I would tend to agree with that.
Yeah.
sentiment.
Because to your point, you know, now that I think about it, it is all about intention.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
you know, it depends on the intention of the facility. And there's really not that many facilities anymore in the US. And
Sure.
it's crazy because a lot of people want, or quote unquote, they think they want made in America, but they don't want to pay the prices. And also we just haven't really nurtured our culture.
Yeah, I mean, that's like another sort of aspect of this whole point is like the idea of like the reverence of like manufacturing, especially like in apparel manufacturing. When you look at like denim and what has happened to all like the shuttle looms that were here that are now no longer here.
Right, they were sold off to, or even dismantled. And the thing is, like, I've visited quite a few factories in the US, right? And then I visited some in Japan, I visited some in other places as well. But I have to say, like, honestly, the facilities that I've been to across the globe, like, they're much cleaner. And, like, literally, like, it's just, that's
Sure.
the truth. But it's just crazy because people also forget that, you know, there are sweatshops in the United States. There are. And we have had in history one of the worst sweatshop casualties in fashion history, literally, like with the triangle shirtwaist and everything like that, and people forget this. What I want to ask now is, what does Standard and Strange look for when they are shopping around for a brand and when they want to sell a brand or uplift a designer? Because what I love about you guys is you guys have introduced me to so many different designers that I never would have ever found on my own, you know what I mean? And I want to know what that philosophy is like because it does it start with origin? Does origin matter to you, or what really matters when you guys are purchasing something from Standard, for Standard?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I will say, first and foremost, it starts with our co-founders, Jeremy and Neil. They have this all started with them, and we are just essentially shepherds of their vision. And our ethos and our motto is own fewer, better things. And that at its core is what at least I think about when ordering or even talking to people who run a brand and we're discussing stocking them. I mean, again, I feel like the idea of intention keeps coming back, but it's what you're making, how you're making it. Right. What is the design philosophy, and how are you making it? I don't really care about where it's from. I care about what you're saying with your work, and how you're making it, and how you're doing it, and how you're executing it. Those two concepts are very important for me.
So as an industry professional, someone who's been doing this for so long.
Yes, very long.
I'm sorry, does it make you feel old?
No, I am old.
No, you're not. As an industry professional who's been doing this for as long as you have, origin does not matter to you.
No, not in the
the traditional sense.
Not in the very traditional sense, yes.
What matters to you is intention, design, philosophy,
perspective,
beautiful,
thoughtfulness.
Okay.
Yeah. That's at my core, just not even in this aspect, like my entire life. That's how I try to approach my entire life.
Okay, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
So I really love that that's the approach that you take, and that's why I always tell people that Standard is one of my favorite places to shop, probably is my favorite place to shop in New York, because of the method that you guys choose, and the brands and designers that you guys choose, and the relationships that you guys keep, right? And one of those relationships that I've really appreciated a lot is this brand called MotivMFG that you guys have carried. So you guys have held that relationship. I mean, that's amazing, first of all. And you guys have held that relationship for so long. And I actually purchased my first Motiv garment here, I think last year or 2 years ago. And I still wear it to this day. It literally still looks brand new. And you know, what's interesting about it is I remember the first time that you told me, and you told me with gusto, yeah, this is made in China, but it's amazing stuff. It is incredible stuff. And you yourself, I notice everything you wear, and a lot of it is Motiv.
Most of my wardrobe is Motiv.
Yeah. So and just with the industry and the access that you have, and you still choose Motiv, that speaks volumes. So why don't you tell me a little bit about that and how all of this started, and you know, your personal relationship as well as Standard's relationship with Motiv.
Sure. Yeah. So Motiv was founded in Beijing by two gentlemen, Samuel Wei, who basically pioneered the heritage market in China. He runs a series of retail shops called Radiance Blue. And then Daniel Gu, who is a third-generation tailor, designer, pattern maker extraordinaire. They came together to create Motiv Manufacturing. And anyone who knows me knows not only do I wear a lot of Motiv, but I talk about Motiv ad nauseum. To some people's nausea, to other people's delight. I don't know.
Yeah, I get you.
It could go either way. But what I love about Motiv is I've described it as the sort of musicality of what they do. They're able to take all of these really disparate references and make them sing really harmoniously throughout one collection. So it'll be really, Daniel's a third-generation tailor, so it'll be really fine tailoring and sort of Dune-esque future tech wear.
It's funny because, you know, when I first saw it, not to cut you off,
no, so
but my field, when I first saw the collection when I came here, I noticed a lot of tailoring elements that I use in my own stuff, right? And I also got that kind of post-apocalyptic kind of, but refined kind of feel to it, which I love, because I kind of dress aggressively like that myself. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's my two sides of my style conflict, because tailoring, the aggressive.
hard. That's
you know.
everything that they do is like Daniel still hand drafts every single pattern and
I love that.
pattern develop. It's like completely like they own their own manufacturing, so they have the right to have MFG on their name.
Right.
And everything that they do still, even if it's like more workwear or military or techwear inspired, it's just so fine in its like execution. It's like the accurateness is just it's beautiful and meticulous and amazing. But they take all of these ideas and these references, and it's all very sort of beautifully laid out within like an entire collection. And for me, the future of this particular space of the industry, right? It's like very, very heady, design focused, quote unquote, heritage workwear. And that's what I love about Motive.
I mean, that's amazing. And, you know, it is very enlightening to hear that, and hearing the pedigree that these two have, as well as the pedigree of the other workers that they have. So from what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, it's small batch.
Very small.
Very small batch craft goods. And that's, to your point, the intention. You know, and that's why these things last as long as they do, because of the intention. That is the intention. So what I want to talk about now is how Motive has grown with Standard, and how Standard has started carrying the collection, and how it's grown with Standard and Strange, and how Standard itself is changing the idea of made in China, or the origin label as a whole, for that matter.
I mean, I think fundamentally, like us working with them and continuing our relationship with them, and our buys getting larger with them season over season, and just our relationship with them and like building that relationship, I think in and of itself is us promoting the idea that made in China isn't necessarily inherently bad.
Right.
They're one of our biggest vendors at this point. We've worked with them for a very long time now. We support them, they support us, vice versa. It's become a very fruitful two-way relationship.
I love that. So let me ask you, like, personally, what are your favorite items? What are your favorite garments from the new Motive collection that you guys just got? Because I know it took a little while to get these, to get this specific collection.
Sure.
What, like a year?
It's been a minute, but we're happy to have a new collection from Motive in the shop.
Yeah. So what is your favorite piece from that collection? Let's start with that, and then you can name some other ones, and then we'll talk about what you're wearing today, because I think you're wearing some Motive today. From the
I'm wearing, I mean, if you're the main things is all, I'm technically wearing all Motive.
Okay.
But yeah, we just got the gilet jacket, which is made from a buffalo calf rough out. So if anyone knows rough out, the difference between rough out and suede, rough out is inside out leather. This really gorgeous, they call it espresso. It's like this really gorgeous, like gray. The hand of the skin, got the suede side is very gorgeous. Two-way zipper. Anyone who knows me,
No, I saw the guys. It was Slade.
Was it Slade? Oh.
Yeah. I didn't want to be rude. Keep that in. We'll keep that in.
We love Slade. Slade's good people. Anyone that knows me knows I am
Love
very pro two-way zipper. Yeah, it's just a gorgeous jacket. Really, really gorgeously shaped.
So that's your favorite garment from this collection?
Yeah, this one that we just received, yeah.
So what else do you like in this collection that you feel like really speaks to the craftsmanship and the quality of what can be made in China?
Well, we have two suits from them. We also got a really great suit and a wool linen PK, the continental sack jacket and the loft trousers, really, really elegant in this black, really, really, really elevated pieces.
You really don't get like linen or summer weight goods like in black, so I really appreciate that as someone who loves all black. So
wool linen,
right?
for fall winter 26.
They even
Wait, what year is it for fall winter 25? I'm in the future.
Yeah, I mean that all sounds beautiful, but I want to talk about what you're wearing today, because I really love what you've got on this whole ensemble. So
I don't both say French. This suit, this is from I think 3 fall seasons ago.
really, it still looks fresh, dude. It looks like you just got it.
I take care of my garments.
Yeah.
These are the ski trousers, and this is the jacket. It is made out of a low-vat tweed. It's got greenish blue character throughout all of it.
The texture, so I love things.
Great texture.
Yeah.
And like I just love the idea of like having this work sack jacket with like a more sort of utility, like a ski trouser was what they call it, but more of a sort of like work style trouser. I just, it's like, again, that's like very Motive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this suit is kind of like Motive in a nutshell, which is why I own it.
Yeah, it's the perfect blend between like
It is.
tailoring and that like real high fashion streetwear look. So I love Motive. I stand by Motive, and of course I stand by Standard. I mean, they've taught me so much, and you have taught me so much, and that's why I respect your knowledge and your perspective, and I hold it at such a high regard. So if anyone,
Mike, I'm sorry.
all in all, Motive is fantastic. Standard has taught me so much, and you know, like I said, I don't particularly care about the made in label or the origin. I care more about who makes the clothes and how they're made, and you know, you've even furthered that on the intention, the perspective, the philosophy behind it, and it's beautiful to see that a brand like Motive exists in a space like this, and I was able to be introduced to MotivMFG and Standard and Strange. So for anybody who's looking for some really quality made garments and just looking to kind of learn more about fashion on a deeper level, definitely stop by Standard and Strange in New York if you can. If you can't, I think you also have stores where else?
We have stores in Berkeley, California, and Santa Fe, New Mexico, and we ship worldwide.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming onto the channel. It's been an honor. I appreciate it. We've done so much work together, and thank you for always supporting my channel. You guys, like from the bottom of my heart, like it means literally everything to me, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Strong Islands. Strong.
Yo, thank you so much. I appreciate that. See you next week, guys. I appreciate it. You're the best. You're the best. Goodbye.